throw it up. Curtis Blair and Brett Barnaky working the game as well. First possession to the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox, 8 assists to go with his 17 points in game 1. Stephon Castle saw a lot of his UConn teammate clinging, guarding him as he is right here. Goes at him, comes back, and gets the first shot.
You saw the first few of those shots by Castle in game 1 were off the mark. If Klingen's going to guard him that far away from the hoop, there's a turnover by Avdia.
And Vassell tried to finish. Castle tried to tip it in. Avdia, as he went down behind the play, took a shot towards the mouth. So they come back 4 on 5, and Scoot Henderson hits the shot for Portland. Other than Denny Avdia, who had 30, Henderson was their only other starter who scored. He had 18.
Scoot was so good in that third quarter, getting this Blazers team back in the ballgame.
Toumani Camara trying to deny Wembanyama, got shut down by Castle, and the foul is called, offensive foul on the Spurs.
Well, you're not surprised at that. Toumani Camara led the league with 106 drawn charges during the year. He got 1 in game 1 and picks up an early one on Castle. Castle's talking about it was a flop. But again, when you've got a guy that is so good and gifted defensively, he's going to get those calls.
Toumani Camara, he can hit threes, averages just over 2.5 a game. Need more of that from him in this one. This is his first rebound by Julian Champagnie out of St. John's. Push ahead Vassell off a very good game 1, missed it. Wembanyama chased it down, got the rebound. Nice feed by Wemby. Nothing for Fox. 6 to shoot. Bounce pass to Castle, turned over. Stays down here as it deflected off the Blazers. 3.3 on the clock.
And here's the matchups. You see Toumani Camara guarding the much taller Victor Wembanyama. And you see Klingen with his back to the basket guarding Stephon Castle.
Wembanyama out of the corner. Little Nowitzki, one leg, step back, 7-4. Well, not at all.
Well, that's new. We haven't seen that yet, Mike.
Denny Avdia, 30 points in game 1, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. The all-star for the Blazers, the guy who has to make them go, does it that way. That's going to be a goaltend. Wembanyama got it after it hit the glass. Downhill Denny, he will drive to the basket. The question is, can he do it when Wemby's there?
#1 driver in the game during the regular season, about 19 drives a game. He had 22 in game 1.
To the corner, Castle's over there. They're going to let him take that shot. He was 1 of 5 from deep as they sloughed off of him in that opener on Sunday. Klingen working on his old Husky teammate. Avdia over Wembanyama. All-star over all-star. Nice start here for the Blazers.
And no hesitation from Denny.
Castle's lobbed it towards Wembanyama. And Camara with the contact. And the foul is called. Blazers are trying to negotiate that it was on the floor. And it was.
This is a quick shot by Avdia. He doesn't even give Wemby a chance to almost contest it. That's the respect that you have from the defensive player of the year.
Now Drew Holiday, the 2-time NBA champion, giving up about a foot, but trying to guard Wembanyama. Shot is off the mark. Rebound by Toumani Camara for the Blazers.
Champagnie, Devin Vassell. Those guys are going to have to loosen up the rings, make some threes.
Avdia, Steve Nash dribbling to keep it alive. The ball moves. Holiday can't hit. Stay down here. Foul call. Reg, I want to ask you about the different defensive strategies that Thiago Splitter and the Blazers will use. I mean, you got Klingen, who's 7'3", and Wemby 7'4". He's one of the rare guys who can be about his height. Why so many small guys, and what are they trying to get out of it?
Well, you're trying to uproot him, get up underneath him. That kind of negates that size, that 7'4" frame. Now, Victor is so good, we just saw him knock down that 3. Look at Klingen finally gets a 3. Now he's looking at his fingers like he's a knockdown shooter.
He was 34% this year, and on the turnover, Scoot Henderson has it. for the Blazers. Fans wanted a palming violation. He'll step back and knock down the three. Timeout for the Spurs and Mitch Johnson. So the Blazers down 1-0 in this series with an 11-0 run in the early going as they respond. Always love game twos. You took a loss. How do you respond? San Antonio Spurs out of the timeout. Exactly what Mitch Johnson did not want.
And my thing about the different looks now, on that last possession, you had Drew Holiday guarding Victor. So that's the third different player in terms of matchup to guard Wemby. Different looks.
Holiday out of the corner, takes Champagny in. There's no Wemby there. He comes over late, but the foul is called on the Spurs.
Already, the Blazers much more active offensively. Here's the drive. Good start here by the Blazers.
It's now a 12-0 run. Holiday, UCLA Bruin, at the free throw line. Now 35 years old. NBA championships with the Bucks and the Celtics. 21 and 24 respectively.
He didn't shoot the ball great in game one, but had those 11 assists. That's too shy thus far of LeBron James' 13 in game one in that Houston series.
So that 2014 banner, Thiago Splitter, the coach of the Blazers, was here for that. And his defense is doing a really good job here. Big run by the Blazers to open this quarter. Holiday joins the play, trying to save it. Couldn't get it to Avdia. Castle in the way. Pushed to De'Aaron Fox, and a great job by Scoot Henderson.
Scoot is everywhere.
To take away what would have been a Wemby dunk.
He is so active defensively. Again, this Blazer team much more active. Good anticipation here by Scoot with the deflection. And this is earlier again. Scoot on the backside. And this is the type and level that Coach Thiago Splitter was looking for from his troops here to start game two. Now this is the fourth player, Denny, to guard Wemby.
And he hit him up by the face as he was trying to deflect the ball. So Avdia picks up the foul. Spurs so far 4 points, 4 turnovers.
You've gone with starting with Kamara on him, then Klingham had a look. You had Drew Holiday, now Avdia. Now back to Drew Holiday.
Fox steps back over Klingham for 3. De'Aaron Fox, the one starter in the Spurs lineup who has playoff experience at 7-game series 2 years ago with Sacramento against Golden State. Holiday going inside. Corner pitch. Klingham for a second triple. Castle keeps it alive as he was pressured. And here's Fox back the other way. The advantage goes inside. Fox with 5 quick ones for the Spurs. And Avdia doing the dance, sees Wemby. And as happens so often, it turns guys to the next option. Henderson got it up quick, got bumped by Fox.
I am absolutely loving Scoot Henderson's start to this ball game. And something that was non-existent in game one, 10 of 38 from distance, the Blazers. Tonight, they've been spectacular. 3 of 6, and it's been the ball movement. And Scoot Henderson's been the head of the snake here to start this ball game for Portland, Mike.
This is not a good three-point shooting team.
No.
This is the third worst three-point shooting team in the NBA during the regular season. So to get going, see some go in.
But we've seen glimpses. We saw that in the play-in game on the road in Phoenix, being able to knock down big shots. So we know they're capable. The question is, can they be consistent with it?
It was a week ago tonight. Portland jumped from the 8th seed to the 7th. Dylan Harper, Keldon Johnson. Great chance of being the 6th man of the year when that voting is announced. They have checked in for San Antonio. Castle remains in, blocked by his UConn teammate Klingham, and is ruled out of bounds off the Spurs.
Boy, great defense to start here by Portland. We didn't see
the field, but those 4 turnovers, part of it as well. Klingham screen for Avdia. Attacks. Couldn't finish, but Klingham cleans it up down the lane.
And here's the thing, when Victor goes for the block shot and doesn't get it, who's going to keep Klingham off the offensive glass? Remember, 4.5 offensive rebounds during the regular season. That was best in the association. He only had 1 in game 1. Much better start to the big man here for Portland.
And he's got one more point than he had in game one. The rookie Harper working inside.
Great D. This is all Scoot Henderson, people. I mean, he is putting his imprint all over this. Here's Victor going for the block. There's the up and under by Denny. And who cleans it up? Donovan Clingan. Great job here by the Blazers. I'm absolutely loving their activity to start this ball game. Now can they continue to attack and play downhill?
Avdia turns the corner. Wemby out. Cornette is in. Clingan able to keep that alive and tap it out. Avdia on the attack. Put it up awkwardly. Clingan, offensive board. Kept alive again. Third chance on this trip for Portland. Scoot Henderson off to a good start. Keeps it going with a three.
Yeah, you just can't continue to give any of these playoff teams 2 and 3 looks, Mike. And again, that was all Donovan Clingan on the offensive glass.
Look at Henderson already. 10 of the Blazers 22. Vassell penetrates. Cornette inside finishes. Reg, he was so good in game one for the Spurs.
Well, what did Tiago Splitter tell us? We've got to be better when the non-Wemby minute. There's another 3 attempt there by Donovan. But it was Luke Cornette and his activity in game one. That was a huge difference for the Spurs.
Eldon Johnson tried to use the window. Clingan on the boards yet again. He's got 5 already in this first quarter. Henderson, the number 3 overall pick in the same draft. Wemby went number 1. Avdia cannot get it to go. Denny's 2 of 6 here in the first.
I thought there was a lot of contact on that drive there
by
Avdia. That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
You told me game one's a playoffs. Play through it, Mike. Vassell for 2. And a timeout will be taken. Seconds of the first.
Mr. Johnson cannot be happy with the turnovers here in this first quarter.
Holiday. Wemby.
Oh, wait a minute.
They got Williams holding Wemby, I believe, before anything else.
Not only did he move Wemby, but then was able to get back up for the putback. Now, it won't count. But that's pretty impressive there by Robert Williams.
He screens for Harper. Take Barnes. Get downhill at Williams. Clock's guarded by 5. Harper rolls to the basket. Williams physically there with the presence. 5 on 4 if they push. Back to Holiday. Wemby just explores out. Lob to Williams. Great read by Holiday. Caught Wemby in between.
And the reason why he can read that, because if Wemby's going to be in that dunker spot defensively, roaming, nice job there by Williams, getting big for Drew Holiday for that alley-oop.
Could be a quick 2 for 1. Fox gets up to the basket. Couldn't. Wembanyama cleans it up. And he'll come to the free throw line.
Here's the contest and block shot here. Took an elbow to the face, was still able to get a hand on this ball here. And a nice find with the left by Holiday to Williams, who played pretty good off the bench in game one for head coach Tiago Splitter.
Wembanyama comes to the free throw line. 4 of 5 on the line in game one. It was a historic game one for Wemby, with the points for a debut for a Spurs player, the most by any San Antonio player in his first game in the postseason, and the 5 threes as well. Had 21 in the first half. Only 3 here in this opening quarter. And again, that defensive player of the year imprint on the game. Short on that one. Avdia lost it and touched it last. Keldon Johnson with the hustle.
You nailed it there, partner. Hustle plays. Keldon Johnson off the bench, keeping the ball alive. Being able to knock it off Avdia. Another possession for the Spurs.
Officials discussed for a second. By the way, you see the score in the upper right. That game's on Peacock. The Sixers, terrific from three, limiting the Celtics three-pointers. At about 2:10 into the third at the Garden in Boston. Philly leads by 13, trying to even that series. Vassell.
How good was Devin Vassell in game one, particularly in that third quarter?
15 points, defensive presence as well. First part of this quarter controlled by the Blazers. Spurs have fought back. 5-second difference the game in the shot clock. Downhill Holiday into Wembanyama, but he lost the ball. Keldon Johnson to De'Aaron Fox. 2 seconds left, up to the rim for Wembanyama, who draws free throws. Holiday's trying to say it's on the floor, but the team's over the limit. Wemby to the line.
How great is this when your big just runs like this? All Holiday could try to do is...
With the jackals in the background, they set a European theme to the building. Avdia trying to beat the clock. And that ends the first quarter. Shaedon Sharpe didn't play in the first over Wembanyama to start the second. Sharpe, who averages just under 21 a game, gets the basket to put the Blazers on top by one. What'd you see the last part of that first quarter?
A little bit of sloppy play, really by both sides. The turnovers, and what's impressed me about the Blazers, 4 of 5 shooting for Scoot, but the rest of the team 5 of 19 at that first. So who's going to come along for the ride? Hopefully Denny Avdia can kind of get it going offensively. He's on the bench right now.
That's the guy they're looking to heat up as well. Sharpe, it's out of bounds off the miss. It'll go back the other way. So we saw how high Wemby can get up. This is the Sharpe layup. Just about to where Wemby's hand was.
It sure was.
In the warm-up jump.
And how about the English Sharpe put on that?
Again, Holiday seen a good amount of Wembanyama in this first half. Took the hit. It's going to be an offensive foul.
Great defense there by Drew Holiday. This is why smaller defenders, and most teams go with smaller defenders to kind of uproot, get underneath. Look how low he is. There's the contact up high there by Victor. The contact, offensive foul. Great job there by Holiday defensively.
Giving up a full foot. Holiday listed at 6'4". Wembanyama 7'4". Williams fakes the hand to Sharpe. Harper in the hip of Holiday. Made it anyway. Blazers lead by 3. A Portland team that closed 10-4 at the end of the regular season to secure that 8th spot in the West as De'Aaron Fox gets 2, and then beating Phoenix in Arizona in the play-in. So you avoid Oklahoma City, but you get the Spurs. Williams, nice job screening, trying to give Bryant some space. The vet trying to get going. He went down. Nobody rotated for Bryant. Carter Bryant, the rookie out of Arizona.
Well, it started defensively with Carter Bryant. Great pressure on Grant, forcing him into a tough 15-footer, and he released on that jump shot by Grant.
Eight on the clock, Holiday. Taking Fox inside. Wemby lurking. Rebounding.
And when you say working, he's always lurking too.
Fox, great move. Got inside. Lost the handle as the Blazers hit it last. It'll stay down here.
There's the contest and the release. Carter Bryant with the finish.
Spurs looking for the foul. Portland defense collapses. Wembanyama's corner 3. He hit 5 threes as we showed you in game 1. Sharpe.
Love it. No hesitation, Mike. They get a stop, and it's off in transition. Sharpe, walk-in 3 here.
Wemby thought about walking into one as well. Moving on, Holiday trying to pull the chair, get out of the way. Wembanyama to the deck. Foul on Holiday.
And I think he did pull the chair too. Ran to the back to the locker room. And something to keep an eye on here.
Out of the game, Luke Cornett has come in. Fox misses. Rebound for Portland. Again, that foul was on the floor, and the timeout was called by the Spurs. No free throws, so Wembanyama can check back in the game if he's okay, but he's certainly being checked on as Holiday misses. After taking that hard hit, head first on the floor with a thud that goes with it, you'd imagine he's being checked for concussion. From the corner, Robert Williams hits a three, only hit 9 all season, and the Blazers lead by 5.
It's been the offensive rebounding in this first half for Portland. Something that was non-existent in game 1, Mike.
And something they are elite at. Castle trying to throw it up to the rim. Williams was in the way. Back the other way come the Blazers.
Easy pickup there.
So a couple of things happened on the Spurs side. One, Cornett came in for Wembanyama. And secondly, Mason Plumlee, who's one of the backup bigs, immediately got on the bike while we were in timeout, because all of a sudden he becomes the next big that would go in the game. As Keldon Johnson rolls it over the rim, it makes this a three-point game. There is Plumlee, the 13-year veteran out of Duke, who played a total of 47 minutes with the Spurs after being acquired late in the season. Shaedon Sharpe, good start to this quarter. He continues as Sharpe has 7.
Well, that's why you have vets on your team like Mason Plumlee. Immediately he knew when Victor went to the back, I'm the third backup big. Let me at least get warm in case head coach Mitch Johnson calls my name to back up Cornett.
Grant's got to get going. All of a sudden the mindset changes if you're the Blazers.
Another offensive rebound.
This one's knocked away. And back the other way comes Castle. Champagnie finds Johnson for 3. Rebounding much more effective for Portland. Murray is blocked by Johnson, but Keldon to pick up his second.
Body down low, his hand down low. The block was good up top, but the hand down low to Murray. Murray's got to have a little bit more sense of urgency here. He picked up the offensive foul there, had the turnover. Look at the hand down low right there.
So is Chris Murray, the third-year player out of Iowa. Twin Keegan is Sacramento's number 4 overall pick. Rich, just tell me if you're a Spur now, what are you thinking? You saw how hard Wemby got hit. It was right in front of your bench. So mentally, what does that do to a team happening in the middle of a playoff game to their star?
Well, then again, they've played a lot of games without Victor this year. Remember last year, he missed a lot the last part of the season with the blood clot. So they're used to playing without Victor Wembanyama.
Now let me flip it. If you're Portland, and you know Wembanyama's not there, as Avdia has come back in the lineup, how does that change your aggressiveness on offense?
Well, now we can go back to traditional matchups. We don't have to mismatch. Nice move by Castle. Block on the backside. It looked like from Sharpe.
It was. Shaedon Sharpe was one of the high risers to try to pay it off on the offensive end, too. Murray, lefty 3.
And another offensive rebound, Mike.
Murray out of control, lost it, and it's a turnover. Vassell bumped by Kamara. No call. Vassell to the basket. Can't finish, foul on Avdia. Denny second.
Ooh, what a block from the backside there by Sharpe. And here's the foul. Denny, body down low against Vassell.
Vassell at the line. A very dependable second part of this season. All right, playoffs continue, presented by Google tomorrow on ESPN. Magic in Detroit trying to take a 2-0 lead. Pistons try to even that series. Phoenix and Oklahoma City. And on Prime on Thursday, it's 3 games. Knicks, Atlanta. What a game 2 that was. It'll be game 3. Cleveland goes to Toronto as the Raptors try to get on the board. And game 3 of that Denver-Minnesota series. More on these games, NBA.com, or visit the NBA app. And one more with the lane violation.
Toumani Camara stepped in early on that Devin Vassell missed.
So Castle leads him with 10. Fox has 7. Vassell now with 6. The Blazers, Reggie, you keep pointing out the offensive rebounds. Already in a quarter and a half, as many as they had in the full 48 of game 1. And that 14.1 number in the regular season is second best in the league. It's what they do. Klingon got space. Brick. Johnson back the other way. Nobody stopped the ball. Johnson finishes. Point game. Sharks stepping back. These threes off the mark now for the Blazers. Spurs trying to tie or take the lead. Vassell the pitch. The contact beforehand. As Johnson was running, he's going to pick up the foul. Foul on the Spurs.
Luke Cornett.
All about the postseason. Ton of experience with the Celtics, including a title in 2024. Avdia going inside. That's the one player, Reggie, who without Wembanyama might be able to get back to his real game. Foul on Scoot Henderson of the Blazers. Portland has 3 fouls now in the quarter.
As soon as he gets a defender on his hip, at 6'8", 6'9", he is so good in that paint finishing.
And really, Reggie, was the injury to Scoot Henderson this season that forced Avdia to become the guy with the ball in his hands. His game really took off. Cornett again on the finish.
Henderson missed the first 50 games with that hamstring injury. Forced Denny into that playmaking 6'8" point forward.
Doing Harper out here waiting for Avdia. Turnover by the Blazers. Sloppy here in the second. Vassell behind the back to the basket. Finished by Castle. Timeout, Portland.
And Castle having words with Scoot Henderson.
In the absence of Wembanyama, the Spurs are +2. They've tied the game at 42. And now take the lead on the drive by Harper.
Well, certainly now the Spurs defense. Pass picked up without Victor on the floor here.
And there's another turnover. Bad quarter taking care of the ball for the Blazers. Harper pitches. A good shooter, Champagnie. Got them all!
They just make you pay, San Antonio. You cannot turn the basketball over because it's like 9-0 run by the Spurs. Target practice.
Update from Zora. Next dead ball. Henderson putting on the moves on Harper for the score. Zora, why don't you go ahead right now?
Yeah, just a quick one. Victor will not return to this game. He's going through concussion protocol. You all have shown the video when he hit his head after that play with Drew Holiday.
All right, Zora, so the tenor of this game changes. With Wembanyama the best. Cornett inside for the dunk. In more of a feature role the rest of the way. Drew Holiday goes right inside. Adam shoots over him and connects against his old teammate.
Well, that will be the difference going forward in this game. The ability for these Blazers to drive down, not knowing that Victor won't be coming over and blocking shots. What a block shot there, speaking of, by Donovan Klingon, and now it's off to the races for Scoot.
Kamara kept it alive, and Henderson finishes on the other end as the Blazers get back-to-back goals. It's a 1-point San Antonio lead.
That rim protection's gone now. And the strength of Portland all year has been Denny and Scoot playing downhill.
Vassell from the elbow for 2.
Nice. Devin Vassell now starting to warm up.
Holiday driving in there. Probe, pitch to Monty Kamara. Champagnie on the board. Blazers open hot from 3. Cooled off since. Castle on a stroll. Champagnie feeling it. Got it again! Holiday coming baseline. Hands to Klingon in traffic. Klingon goes at Cornett with the contest. The 2 hands up. Klingon wins.
Klingon has been very active and very good in this first half. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 of those offensive. Just saw a block shot by him as well.
Castle leaning in at Avdia. Tipped out. Castle on the deck. Advantage for the Blazers. Avdia bumps into Champagnie. Draws the contact. Foul on the floor on Champagnie. First in the last 2 minutes. Shooting 27% from three. And trail by 5 with 9 to go in the fourth. That game on Peacock. Scoot is short. Klingon gets the rebound. What a block with authority by the rookie Bryant, but out of bounds. Stays here. Cornet, Champagnie inside guarding. Got up in the air, and free throws coming for this Portland team.
How good has Sterling?
Games live, break down the numbers defining the series. Go behind the scenes of the postseason in the Moments tab. Download the app now. When you go over to the stats, you can go look at those 18 games. The Spurs played without Victor. They were 12-6 in those. But they are a deep team. However, keep this in mind for the second half. 3 fouls on Champagnie, 3 on Keldon Johnson. Bryant may have to do more, and he's got the game to do it.
Well, they relied on Carter Bryant down the stretch of the regular season, and he delivered.
Avdia. And one. Avdia draws the contact inside.
For a possible three-point play for Denny.
That's his first free throw. He's 3rd in the league at 9 per game.
Now he's in double figures. And 30, 10, and 5 for the first-time All-Star in Game 1.
Fox. Avdia couldn't squeeze it. Bryant kept it alive. Goes down, and he was out of bounds.
Out the versatility he shows.
Yep, all small the last couple of minutes here for the Spurs. 5 and change the difference game in shot clock. Blazers looking to tie or take. Avdia working on Fox. On the floor, it's a foul, but Denny will come to the line with the Spurs.
How you doing? What's going on? How's the family? I don't want to hear any of that. Playoff basketball, I don't like you, you don't like me. Look at this. Oh, yeah.
In the NBA Cup, he had a huge game. So Avdia evens the game at 57, 11.4 to go. Champagnie looks for Sell. Nope, halftime.
Well, they're going to call a foul.
Foul before the half.